What's up, family? It is Caden with Urban Finance, and today I have to start this video with a won't he do it? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. And you'll know exactly why I said that when we go through these numbers. No, I'm not a YouTube millionaire yet, but I can see the light at the head of the tunnel. And so in this video, we're going to be covering how much I made from my second YouTube check. And I'll let you know, if you saw the first video, it is 3 times as much as I made for my first check. And I'll tell you how that happened. It is interesting because everything that's happening in the world right now is partially responsible for my YouTube income, because I had a few other side hustles that I was focused on in addition to YouTube, but because those were canceled, I was able to spend more time focusing on YouTube, which really worked out really well for me. But before we jump into how much I made, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified when I post something new. Before I jump into exactly how much YouTube paid me for the month, I wanted to jump into analytics for my most profitable video, because this will really show you how I was able to make as much money as I was able to for this particular month with a little less than 9,000 subscribers right now. So just from the analytics page, this is YouTube video analytics page. Some of you may be familiar with it, some of you may not be. But as you can see, this one video has earned me 120,000 views, 9,000 watch hours, 3,000 subscribers, or over 3,000 subscribers, and over $1,600 just from one video. Now, this is not just July, so my second YouTube check is just for July. YouTube pays you by the month. So I already got my check for June already, which was the month I was monetized in. Now, this is my second check that I'm getting from YouTube, and this will be from July. So let's change this from the entirety of this video to just July. But as you can see, the entirety of this video is $1,600. And let me just point out one thing before we just move this to July. Here we can see an audience retention rate. And this is so important. There's really 2 metrics that YouTube base your videos really heavily by. And the first one is the retention rate. As you can see, 65% of the people that watch this video pretty much watch most of it. So it has a 65% retention rate, which is really good. And so you can see here, 42% of the people make it all the way to the end of the video. Now that really doesn't happen for many of my videos, but this is a really good retention rate. And so this is one of the reasons why YouTube promoted this video, or YouTube promotes any video. So if most of the people that is watching this video watch it to the very end, there's a good chance that this video will do as well. But if most people cut out early, then obviously YouTube's gonna look at it like it's not a good video, and then it's gonna get ranked down. The other thing is really helps with YouTube, and we won't necessarily see it in the analytics that we were looking at. Oh yes, we will see it here. This says 97% likes, but what really helps this video is not just the percentage of the likes, is that it has thousands of likes. It may have like 6,000 likes or something like that. And so that lets YouTube knows that people really enjoy this video, and so YouTube recommends the video to other people. And so with that being said, make sure you smash the like button for this video. I really appreciate it, and obviously it helps you to make money on YouTube. The last thing that I will say here before we jump into the revenue section, which is what you really want to see, is the watch hours and subscribers. So you need 4,000 watch hours that most of you know already to be monetized on YouTube, and you need at least 1,000 subscribers. And you can see just from this video alone, I was able to do that. And so if you're having a hard time on YouTube and you're feeling like quitting, just keep going. It only takes one video to monetize. Let's change this from since published just to July. And so we can see just in July, this video has earned me $1,300, or a little more than $1,300. And then the RPM for this video is $14. And so let's take a quick look at what RPM means. So RPM means revenue per milli, which is per thousand, and tells you how much you earn per 1,000 views. To calculate your RPM, your estimated revenue is divided by your total views in the same period. So essentially, in order to calculate my RPM, YouTube takes the total amount of views for all of my videos and divide it by the amount that I'm making. And so why this number is important is because it really tells you how much you're making per view that you're getting on your channel. So I'm making about $14. But the other thing is there are several videos on my channels that aren't monetized for one reason or another. And I'll show you a few of those videos. They aren't super controversial, but they're controversial enough that YouTube chose not to monetize those. But my playback or my CPM, which more aligns with how much I may be making or how much advertisers are paying me, is about $19. And I think whether your RPM or CPM, if it's above $10, you're doing pretty well for yourself. For those that are monetized on YouTube, just so people can have an idea of how the CPM differ by type of videos, drop your CPM in the comment section below so people can see how much CPM that you're making, as well as the type of video or type of channel you're doing, so they can see how much CPM a beauty channel may make as opposed to a financial channel. More of the video, it's more based on the video than the channel. But drop it in the comment section below so people can see the differences between CPMs. That's it for my most profitable video. So let's jump in, and as you can see, the skippable ads, those ads that play usually at the beginning of the videos, that is where most of my revenue is coming from, just so you know that as well. I have a few videos with 30,000 views, 40,000 views. And I'm not going to cover this. I'm just going to go into how much I'm making total. But just remember that even this video, even though it did really well, a lot of the views came in before I was monetized. So I didn't actually get paid for a lot of those views. YouTube's default is the last 28 days. So this is not how much I got paid in July. This is just the last 28 days. You can see in July, I got paid slightly over $2,500. So $2,507.67 to be exact, which is not a bad payday, especially since we can see that I currently have a little over 9,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you. Praise him. Praise him. But back here, all the way in July 1st, because you can see that I've gained 5,000 subscribers for the month, this means that all the way back in July 1st, I only had about 4,000 subscribers maybe. So that lets you know the type of money you can make with 4,000, 5,000 subscribers. And so as you can see, even though my subscriber count was growing up as time passed, the number of views and even my revenue was going down. And so we have to remember that your revenue is not tied to your subscriber count. Your revenue is tied to the number of views, the CPM, even sometimes your watch time, because the more someone watched the video, the more ads that YouTube can play in those videos, even if it's banner ads. So that's something really important to know. And why subscriber counts really do have a strong correlation with the amount of money that you make. It doesn't determine the exact amount of money you make on YouTube, and that's really important. There were a few days where I made over $100, 3 days to be precise, but then after that I dropped back down. And that's because, and we can see on the right side, the blessing loom video, my highest profiting video is not doing as many views as it was doing before. It's still doing really well, but it's not doing as many views, and that really determines how much money you can make. And so for my particular channel, I will have to get about 100 million views in order to get $1 million from YouTube. And that may sound like a lot, but if I'm able to get like 100,000 subscribers, for me personally, 100 million views won't be that much. Like I said, the subscriber counts, while it's not a direct result of how much money you make, there is a strong correlation as well. I honestly, if I have a few videos that really blows up, I can get a whole lot of money just from views. Out of the almost 200,000 views that I've gotten for this past month, maybe 2% of them were from my subscriber base. And so the good thing about YouTube is that you're able to reach a larger amount of people than your subscriber base, which increases your chance of making revenue. But the more of those people you can convert to subscriber, the better chance you're able to make revenue in the future. And like I said before, you know, what allows you to hit that subscriber count, or what allows you to reach those people, is whether people are liking the video. So hit the like button if you haven't already, and if people are watching the entirety of the video. So if you've made it this far, I really want to thank you a lot, because it really will help to make sure that YouTube promotes the video to other people. And so it really makes a significant difference. So I hope this video really encouraged you. This was the only reason or the point of making these videos, to encourage you to keep going. If you're making YouTube videos and aren't seeing the type of results, just remember it only takes one video to put you right back on track to where you may want to be. And keep in mind, like, even though your subscriber count isn't as high as you would like it to be, you can still make money on YouTube without having a high subscriber account. Yes, you do want to convert people to be a subscriber, but you can still make money without that. You know, it's the added value that you provide to people that will really get people to watch the entirety of your video. So just make sure you're trying to add value. And no matter how hard it may seem right now, keep pressing forward, whether your side hustle is YouTube or whether you're doing another side hustle to make money. So thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, double tap the like button. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be notified when I post something new. And like I always say, even in the midst of these crazy times, make sure you're living your best life.